they have some kind of software I think they use at one of their conferences where they put their logo on it. So it's like white labeled. And they went into like re-up for that software, and the company just randomly added a $20,000 charge for putting the logo on, as they had always done for years, for free. Software vendors, these legacy ones that have been around for a while, they're under pressure in the market because they're not growing the way they used to, because AI native companies are coming in and stealing their thunder. And what they're kind of doing is slapping AI on top. So they give you that stupid little star button.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to Owner RX with Alan Pentz, the podcast for business owners who want to scale without sacrifice. Each episode delivers battle-tested strategies from the Owner RX Playbook Library, showing you exactly how to build systems that run without you. Here's your host, Alan Pentz.
All right, we are back.
Back at it.
Miss Berenson and lovely San Cugat, Spain. How are things in the approaching winter in Spain?
Still lovely. You know, I know it's
Awesome.
a cliche topic, but it is what it is. Nice, crisp and cool, sunny, blue sky.
Man,
Yeah,
God, everybody should be in Spain in November.
that's true.
So what should we talk about today?
Well, we were thinking about SaaS vendors, and it seems like they're price gouging. You wrote about this week, Alan, like price gouging, but also preventing you from accessing your own data is what I was reading, but I'm not quite understanding all of it. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we're talking about software as a service. So that's all your subscription software that you've got, you know, from your CRM to your productivity software to your ERP to your whatever, right? And so, yeah, like I was triggered by Jason Lemkin. He has a media company called SaaSter, where he talks about helping SaaS companies build, you know, understand how to build their businesses better. And so he's really highlighting, well, he had an incident where they have some kind of software I think they use at one of their conferences where they put their logo on it. So it's like white labeled. And they went into like re-up for that software, and the company just randomly added a $20,000 charge for putting the logo on, as they had always done for years, for free. And obviously it doesn't cost them anything to, you know, have the logo there. And so he's like, why are you doing this? We've been a loyal customer. They've actually referred, I think he says, millions of dollars of business probably to this company through using them and promoting them with SaaSter. And the head of, you know, whoever it was, the salesperson's like, we gotta charge money. We gotta charge more money. We got pressure. So we're just going to stick it to you. That's basically what he said. So that kind of led me to realize, and then he goes through in the article, and it's like Salesforce is growing their revenue, but it's all, so he said, I think 72% of their revenue growth is just increasing fees. It's not like winning new work.
Value add to the customer. It's just like raising prices.
Exactly. So a lot of these legacy SaaS vendors, yeah, exactly. It's healthcare inflation, right? Some cases it's worse than healthcare inflation. So I think what's happening in this sector overall, because it kind of brought up to me like, this is a problem just on its face, but it also is involved with AI, and it's more serious than just getting charged more. It's also being prevented from using AI more effectively. So what's essentially happening is the software vendors, these legacy ones that have been around for a while, they're under pressure in the market because they're not growing the way they used to, because AI native companies are coming in and stealing their thunder, right? And they are stuck with these sort of clunky old systems, and what they're kind of doing is slapping AI on top. So they give you that stupid little star button, you know. It's like, hey, use the AI. Yeah, no, it's a
taunts
shitty
me.
button. So it taunts me. And you press the button, you get some like crappy model that, you know, like you have no control over what they're giving you. Yeah. And then they're trying to charge you 10, 15 bucks to see more, to use something that you don't use, right? And so this is AI for these guys, right? And then meanwhile, you can go over to a product like we use Kick .co for accounting because we just started last year or this year. And, it's like completely AI driven. It just like finds all the receipts, figures out what it is, categorizes it. Maybe there's a little bit of correction on the back end, but not much. Versus like QuickBooks, which is a disaster. And like they're putting AI in now. They're trying to put in agents. It's like, oh my God, like this it's just like building on this edifice of crap, that's just gonna sink down into the mud. And they're charging more for it, right? So I mean, Intuit's one of the worst offenders of this stuff. So what's happening is they're going to stick it to you because they have to, because they're losing ground every day. Their stock prices are sinking, their values are sinking. And at the same time, now they're trying to gate your data, put a toll booth in front of it. So they want to be the AI solution that you use. So for instance, Slack, which many of us use, we use
it.
Just like, I don't know, it was over the summer, I think, they basically clamped down on third-party access to Slack data, your data, right? And so what happened is a lot of people were building software that allowed you to pull out what you were talking about in Slack and run it through LLMs and understand what's happening across the company. Now, for us, not that big a deal. We're like 3 people now. We have a few channels with outside vendors. Whatever. I mean, we can switch and we're not losing anything. So I'm not like on the barricades for us at this point. Although I would probably say we should switch. But for a company that has like 100, 50, 30, 50, 100 people, all talking in Slack, there's a lot of information in there that's part of understanding what's happening in the company. Plus, people are starting to build like agents where they get called in Slack, so it's trying to make it into a UI. And now they're trying to put a toll booth in front of that to charge you to use your own data. And oh, by the way, what happened last week or the week before? Slack comes out with Business Plus, another $10-15 to build agents to understand what you're talking about in Slack, right? So it's like, and like I haven't used it. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. But like, are they using the latest model? Did they use Claude over OpenAI, over blah, 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 right? You don't know. They're just giving you something. And so I think what's happening is particularly the less sophisticated companies are just getting handed a pile of crap and charge more for it, and it's not helping them. And so part of the problem with AI adoption is because of this, right? We're not getting the good solutions. And like, I guess what I said in the piece is the cavalry is coming, right? The people with AI native apps are going to let you use your data the way you're supposed to. They are coming, but they are not here yet. So I can't go tell you, hey, go use this other thing besides Slack because it's so much better. Because I'm sure there's something out there, but like it hasn't hit mainstream yet, right? So I come with a message of warning, but I have no solution for you yet. I mean, obviously, OwnerRx is one of the things we're trying to build is give you an agentic system that helps you build and use agents in your own organization, and then make all your data more usable, right? That's the goal of OwnerRx. So we're working towards that, and we're going to be in alpha and probably in January and beta in February. So like we're moving toward it, but we're not quite there yet. So I think it's a really tough time for people because they're seeing, like they call AI, the benefits of AI very jagged. So like it's really good at something and then really bad at the next thing. And part of it is the tools, part of it is the models themselves, right? They're good. They've been trained on certain things and they do it really well, and other things they don't. And those capabilities change over time. So, but also the tools that you can implement with, like I just taught this whole small business AI for small business owners class. We were just talking about it, and I was like, I'm never teaching this class again because it drives me nuts. Like, it's great, but it's like people have all these problems at their company. Like, well, some people have no idea what they're doing, right? They barely even know how to use ChatGPT. Some people are more advanced, right? It's hard to figure out beforehand.
You've got students in the whole range.
But then I'm like, hey, let's use this let's start like using this coding agent in your terminal or in this, and they're like blocked by some kind of security thing at their company. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't adjudicate, 20 companies,
Yeah.
screwed up policies, right? And so it's a little frustrating for me. I don't have patience for stuff like that. So, but it taught me is like these companies are just dealing with like all sorts
Right.
of different barriers. And what you'll find is that for the determined owner, you can build some stuff that you can use really well. Like I got some people using Codex, which is OpenAI's coding model, or Claude Code, either in GitHub code space or on their terminal, building agents, working the agents.
As a result of the course, you mean?
Right.
Those
Yeah.
were,
And others built GPTs that they can chain together in some kind of rudimentary orchestration. So we got there with most people. It was a struggle, but that is really game changing, right? And like that helps you become a lot more productive. But the problem is, it's like this one guy I talked to is like, it's all single player, right? It's all like single player game. Like you can do it really well, but you want to scale it to your whole organization. I mean,
right.
God help you. It's, once you're dealing with authentication and, role level security for every piece of data and like who has access to what, like the tools just do not work yet. And that's coming. We're seeing Google and Microsoft take steps toward that, and OwnerX is taking steps toward that, but we are not there yet. And it's going to be several months before we are, I think.
So for the owners who, okay, we're not there yet, you don't have a solution, but for these owners who are, being gouged, price gouged, on say like they have their Slack or whatever it is, and they're just slapping a pro or a premium or some other P, right? Raising prices, at least you're, bringing an awareness to that. And what would you say to owners? To do that in the interim until, we are there, or?
Yeah, like you can't leave your ERP system today. That the Agentic ERP doesn't, or the Agentic CRM is coming. There are probably some versions of it out there, right? But it's not there yet. We're actually building one. I actually just architected one to custom build over the weekend, and I think we're going to be able to get it there faster than I thought. Yeah, I wouldn't advise people to go do that now. What I'd advise you to do is, depending on the kind of software. So like ERP, that's going to be the last, enterprise resource planning, your accounting and basic payment kind of stuff. That's going to be the last thing that goes, right? Okay. So probably on that, I wouldn't do much right now, but even though it's one of the most painful. But for like CRM, I would not be signing a long-term contract. I would be saying, I'll pay more to keep this for a year and not any longer than that. Because within a year to 2 years, there's going to be a much better solution. And if you can't move to that, if other people can move to like an agentic CRM, because think of it, here's the difference, right? In a CRM right now, you go in there and you're like, okay, I have a contact database, right? That I can put like a thing in my Chrome and HubSpot will log every contact I talk to, right? That's great. And then basically every CRM is some combination of a deal flow tracker and while updating the contacts with the deal flow activities, and then some kind of dashboard of that. And then they might have like other types of, I build landing pages or those kind of things, right? That are like, I put out a page to get people to sign up for something. So HubSpot will have that. Some do, some don't, right? So basically that whole like, where are my deals and how are they going? Right now, mostly you have people, if they have Chrome extension, the emails can get registered in the HubSpot or the whatever you have, Pipedrive and basically it's just a big database with the status of each deal. Right. And then the status can only really be updated at this point, mostly through like manual entry, a little bit with the emails, but like to change the status and stuff, you got to do that.
Human.
The human's doing that, right? And so it never gets updated, and it's all crap data, and no one knows what to do with it, right? And everyone's running around trying to. And then the dashboarding is a nightmare. I mean, HubSpot's it's like going into like a. You think like using a terminal is tough. Like going to HubSpot is like, oh my, what is this? This is like spaghetti. Yeah. So, or Salesforce, even worse, right? So, what a truly agentic system would do was it would hook into your phone calls, it would hook into your email, it would hook into like your Slack, all your communication channels, and you'd have an agent that would, like, anytime an opportunity came in, it would research the opportunity, score it based on your stuff, read like for us, it's like for my company Corner Alliance, we might score it against our past performance, right? Saying like, do we have qualifications for this? Do we have relationships that are already registered? And then as you run the deal, it'll pull like, oh, so this person emailed that person, they had this conversation, and they'll take the insights from that and auto populate the database. You won't even I don't even think you'll have a CRM. It'll just be some database where you log, everything gets auto logged by agents. And then when you're like, what's the status of the deals? An agent goes in and runs on it and shows it to you.
And so like
yeah, it's way better. Yeah. So it'll all be, and by the way, it'll be sitting there telling you, oh, when you took this action, but when these kinds of things happen, it's 95% that you should do this next action and go do that. So it'll start telling you what to do, right? And then it'll auto do a lot of it, right? So it'll be like, here's the email you should send, right? Based on this, we've read about the client, what their deal is, how they like to be communicated to, and here's a draft email. It'll do all that for you. I mean, that's coming. That's already sort of here. Like, there's solutions like Momentum AI where they're trying to build that kind of like auto-populating and prediction kind of stuff into existing CRMs. But I think someone's just going to come up with all new stuff, right? It's like AI from the ground up. Get rid of your Salesforce. Get rid of your, Pipedrive or whatever.
What a relief that will be.
Yes.
We can just make it there.
Yeah, exactly. So, right? Yeah, I mean, that's what at Corner Alliance, we're trying to build that from the ground up for them. So, I think that's coming, right? And so, but we're not there yet. So you got to hold out for a year or two, and then you'll have it. But don't sign these like 3+ year contracts with CRM vendors. And it's not just the cost, right? Again, just remember, like, they're going to gouge you, yes, but the cost pales in compare to the cost of not using AI effectively in your sales and operational processes. And as more AI first native companies come in and compete with you, they will not have these legacy problems. Like we as Owner RX do not have to deal with our legacy software being a hindrance right now. We can just use the new stuff.
QuickBooks.
No QuickBooks. We will never have QuickBooks. Well, I have to use it because of coaching, but we will never use it. So, yeah, I think that's sort of the message, is like, we're in this weird in-between space where we can see what's coming, but we don't have it yet. And the vendors know it's coming, and they're kind of digging. I think they're just trying to take the last few pennies they can in front of the steamroller that's coming for them.
Yeah, it's a last-ditch effort for air, right? But it's an uncomfortable space to be in for, obviously for them, but for the owners, for business owners, for entrepreneurs.
But when you see the difference between a truly agentic AI system and the AI button that got slapped on, it's night and day. So don't think what you're getting now is any representation of what's coming. It's not. And some of the magic you'll see in the future is just incredible. So,
right, the little magic wand, right? That's and your Google Mail is actually not magic, like the agenda.
That's right. Cool. Well, I think that's that idea. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Talk soon. Bye.
You've been listening to Owner RX with Alan Pentz. Want to apply what you just learned? Try our AI Business Advisor at ownerrx.com. It has all the insights and lessons from this podcast, plus hundreds of playbooks, ready to solve your specific business challenges. Owner RX. Stop being the bottleneck. start being the owner.